First up, a myth that's back to the drawing board.
I've got one for you.
Shoot.
A friend of mine used to say about a specific make and model of sports car that it was in fact so poorly designed, it was more aerodynamically efficient going backwards than forwards.
That's good.
I thought you'd like that one.
Car development today is a multi-million-dollar industry with aerodynamics at the forefront. But that's not always been the case. Because, according to this myth, in the 1970s, some car designers put fashion before function, crafting cars that sure looked sleek, but may have actually been more aerodynamically efficient if the body was switched 180 degrees.
So what kind of car are we talking about?
That's an interesting question, actually, because this claim turns out to have been made by a whole host of automobiles from Europe, Asia, America over the last 40 years. But after extensively crunching the references we found on the internets, we have honed in on this as the most commonly cited culprit of this myth.
Well, since this myth is all about aerodynamics, let's test it out in the wind tunnel first.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Ultimately, this full-speed fable will come down to the most random race-off in history. But before that checkered flag, it's time for some small-scale science.
This is a 1/24 scale model of the sports car that this myth is about. Now we're going to put it in this water channel back here and inject dye into the stream of water as it goes past the car. We'll put it in and look at it going forward, then we'll reverse the car and look at it going that way to see whether we can tell any difference.
Expert engineer Kurt Long's the guy with the dye.
Red dye coming in.
But other than looking cool, what does it all mean?
Well, while this car's shape may announce to the world that it slips through the wind and that it's aerodynamic, the water tunnel here tells a different story. See this big batch of red behind the car? That is a low pressure zone creating a lot of drag on this car. It's not as aerodynamic as it looks. Will that change when we flip it around? Well, let's flip it around.
Flipped 180 degrees, and the result is not exactly crystal clear.
What do you think?
I don't know. It doesn't look that much different, really.
In fact, side by side, the dye pattern looks near identical. So it's time for Plan B. Cue NASA toy number 2.
This device right here is an in-draft wind tunnel. Now we're going to attach the car to a device in the middle and it's going to register the amount of drag in pounds. The higher that number, the more drag.
It's ready.
In other words, this machine should be able to yield some hard data.
Okay, firing up the wind tunnel, car facing forward.
Okay, we're spinning up. 518, 584, 756 RPM, 889 RPM, 915. We're pretty much there.
Although it doesn't look like it, their toy car is sitting pretty in a 100-mile-an-hour gale. But what's the all-important drag force?
Now with the car in this position, the wind pushed this car with a force of 0.34 pounds, a shade over 1/3 of a pound. We're about to flip it around and run this test again, and if this myth has any merit to it, we should expect to see the wind push on this car with less force. We should expect to see a number lower than 0.34.
A flip of the car, then a flip of a switch, and drumroll please. The drag force for the backward car is
0.37 of a pound.
That's a number, and it's higher than the previous number.
That's more drag.
More drag facing reverse. It's not looking very good.
No.
no. For car conspiracy theorists, it's not looking good at all.
Well, the numbers are in. Facing forward, this car produced 0.34 pounds of drag. Facing backwards, 0.37 pounds of drag. The numbers don't lie. Facing forward, this car was more aerodynamically efficient than backwards, which was the opposite of what the myth says. Now, that's in scale. Will that translate to full size? Well, you know there's only one way to find out.
Adam and Jamie are testing the myth that certain older model sports cars were more aerodynamic backwards than forwards. In scale, forwards was better, but not by much.
That's more drag.
So now it's time to test this back-to-front fable for real, with the ultimate symbol of 1970s jet-set ego, the red sports car. And here's how.
This myth is all about aerodynamic efficiency, specifically this car slipping through the air. The rule of thumb is that the easier it is for this car to slip through the air, the less energy it expends pushing against that air and the more fuel efficient it is. So we're going to run our forward-facing car through 3 test metrics: a quarter-mile time trial, a 0 to 60 acceleration test, and a fuel efficiency test. When we've gathered all that data, we're going to cut the body off, flip it around, drive that car through the same test, and see if there really is any advantage to it going backwards as opposed to forwards. And, by the way, I'll be driving.
What do you want to do first?
Let's time me to the quarter mile.
Okay. I'm standing right at the quarter mile from where Adam's at this moment. All I'm going to do is time how long it takes Adam to get here. Okay, Adam, quarter mile, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Our red road warrior slips through the air with the greatest of ease.
14 seconds.
14 seconds on the nose, but one run ain't enough. So Adam races through again.
14 seconds again.
Like any good Mythbuster, Adam's happy to go the extra quarter mile.
I could do this all day long.
14 seconds. In the forward position, the sports car was able to do the quarter mile in 14 seconds, very consistently.
Thanks, Jamie. We'll flag that information later. With the quarter mile testing ticked off, it's on to baseline test 2.
Here's how this test is going to go. I'm going to start right here on the starting line. Jamie will be down there with a timer. He is going to go 3, 2, 1, and start that timer. At the very moment he says 1 and starts that timer, I'm going to take off from the starting line, fanging it out, hell-bent for leather, towards Jamie, like this. Now, about this far down the track, about 800 feet, Jamie will be standing here with a radar gun, and remember his trusty stopwatch, and he is going to be watching that radar gun until my speed is 60 miles an hour, and then he will click that stopwatch a second time, and we'll get the metric of how long it takes me to get from 0 to 60 miles per hour. Let's get started. All right, Jamie, I'm back in position on 1.
Okay, stand by for my mark.
Copy that.
Start moving the car.
Here we go.
In 3, 2,
2, 1. I don't get tired of that.
Pretty quick. Looks to me like 8 seconds.
And back we go to 1. I'm heading back to 1.
Like the quarter mile run, Adam's going to do the acceleration test 3 times.
Go.
And just like the quarter mile run, the car is amazingly consistent.
So what are the results?
All 3 runs, 8 seconds.
Excellent.
With an 8-second average in the acceleration test, that just leaves fuel efficiency.
The essence of this story is wind resistance. Now, how we're going to measure that during this next run is by determining how much fuel was used over a 1-mile course. How we're going to do that is really simple. We fitted the car with a removable fuel tank, and we're going to weigh the tank before and after the run. That's all there is to it.
Where are we at?
Okay, the start weight of the tank is 20.12 pounds.
Fuel efficiency over 1 mile. Here we go.
With the fuel cell in place, Adam does the first of 3 runs. Each run is a mile long at 50 mph. The results?
On that last run, Adam used 0.87 pounds of gasoline.
All right, well, I'll go back to the start and let's do it again.
Yep.
Away we go.
The average fuel used over the 3 runs is 0.87 pounds. So, what's next?
Well, we got the data we came for.
Let's go back to the shop and flip the car.
Hop in. By the time we come back to this location, we will have done something very, very unnatural to this car.
Adam and Jamie have put their 70s sports car through its forward paces.
I could do this all day long.
Meaning now it's time to do a 180.
bring her on in.
All right.
The next step in testing this story is to separate the body of the car from its chassis, flip it around, and reattach it so that the back end of the car is facing forward. Now, this is a pretty complicated task, so we've decided to bring out the big guns. Mike Allen is the senior automotive editor for Popular Mechanics magazine. He's going to make sure it gets done right.
Time to rip it and strip it. And Jamie thinks it might just work.
What do I think about it? Well, water naturally forms a perfectly aerodynamic shape when it forms a teardrop like so. And if you look at this car, it's kind of teardrop shaped if you look at it going backwards. So as far as I'm concerned, this might actually be possible.
But before possible becomes practical, some heavy-handed surgery is required. But with all these bits ripped out, won't the backwards car be lighter and therefore faster? I'll let Jamie handle that one.
I know what you're thinking. Wait a second, you can't remove all that stuff because that'll skew the results. The car will be lighter. Well, yes and no. Yes, because it would skew the results if we didn't account for it. No, because we're going to account for it by putting sandbags or barbell weights in the car before we do our testing.
Now to slice, dice, and desecrate one formerly cool car.
After dozens of hours and hundreds of carefully made cuts, it is finally time to take this sports car, which looks like it's in one piece, but in fact it's in two, pull off the body, turn it around, and put it back down and see where we stand. How are we gonna do that? Well, we need some muscle. Muscle? Like an Egyptian. You guys ready? All right, on my count, 3, 2, 1, lift.
Look at that. Anybody having problems?
Fans of these classic cars are probably having their first coronary right about now.
Is there a wire there, Mike? Lovely.
I don't know, I like the car better this way.
It's the ultimate convertible, eh?
Yeah, this would be cool.
This backwards beast is without a doubt a world's first, but it's far from an easy build. In fact, it's mechanical maestro Mike Allen's most challenging project in 40 years. And unfortunately for him, failure is not an option.
We are, in fact, about halfway there. There's still a lot that has to be excavated because you couldn't excavate too much. Every bit of these cars adds to every other bit of structure. If you cut out too much, the whole thing could just crumple like a couple potato chips in front of you. So we've got to take out structure to be able to fit it in its current orientation, and we also have to add structure to actually keep it having some structural integrity. Yeah, about halfway there.
It's ready to lower. After 3 days of cutting, piecing, hammering, I think it's finally ready to lower down and stay on.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on down.
Tilting forward, coming down.
Good. Whoa! Hey! Nice! It's on.
I'm confused. What exactly is this?
This is awesome! I was afraid. Now I'm a little less afraid.
Just one more touch, and this mechanical misfit is ready. Next stop, back to the track.
Sweet.
In reverse engineering, it's time for the most surreal time trial in MythBusters history.
Well, I know for all intents and purposes it looks like I'm sitting on the hood, but check this out. That's the exhaust. This falls into the category of tests in which I have no preconception and no idea what the result is going to be. And those are the best days. That's insane!
This is just so wrong.
It feels great. I can totally see the road. It's a regular car. What's wrong with it from the outside?
Everything.
Taking the body off a car and flipping it around in reverse and reattaching it so that the car still works, what can I say? It's nuts. It's the kind of thing you'll only see on MythBusters.
There's 3 tests today: 0 to 60, quarter-mile drag, and fuel efficiency. And each test will put the Frankenstein car's aerodynamics to the ultimate test.
Adam, let's start testing.
I'm ready, let's do it. Here we go.
First up, 0 to 60. The forward-facing car did 0 to 60 in...
8 seconds.
For the myth to be true, the backwards mobile should hit 60 in less time, and the aerodynamics hint that it might just happen.
For this story to be true, this car has to perform better in reverse than it does in forward. What do I think about that? Well, we know that this teardrop sort of shape is an aerodynamically efficient shape, which is good. And this car is more shaped like that in reverse than forward.
Time to walk that talk.
Okay, Adam, 0 to 60 in 3, 2, 1, go. Nine seconds.
That right there is rush.
To get the hard data, Jamie and Adam run the tests 3 times. Not that Adam's complaining.
Dude, this is so much fun!
9 seconds again. 8 seconds.
So how did I do on that?
The runs with the car facing backwards were an average of 8.66 seconds.
How does that compare to the forward-facing test?
The average on the forward-facing car was 8 seconds.
So the backwards was a little slower.
It is.
Test 1, and the myths got a dent. Rather than being quicker than the forwards time, the backwards car took longer to hit 60.
When we do the math, we find that our backwards-facing car was accelerating 7.5% more slowly than the normal car.
Still too close to call. So bring on test number 2.
Shall we go on to the quarter mile?
Let's go on to the quarter mile.
Front first, it did the quarter mile in 14 seconds. That's the time to trump.
All right, Jamie, I am in position and ready to go.
Okay, Adam, quarter mile in 3, 2, 1.
Cramped up against the rear windscreen is not what you'd call an ideal driving position. But it is very MythBusters.
17 seconds.
Here we go.
17 seconds.
The same on run 2. And one more time. Well, kind of. A slight delay of the feathered variety.
Why did the goose cross the runway?
And the field is clear.
Go. "16 seconds.
How did I do on the quarter mile?
You're doing the quarter mile in an average of 16.6 seconds.
And how does that compare to the forward run?
Forward test was 14 seconds.
A little bit slower.
Yep.
Nice.
Over the quarter mile, our backwards-facing car was going 18% slower than the normal car.
Actually, that's technically not accurate. Since we don't know the speed of the car when it crossed the quarter mile, it's more accurate to say that it took 18% longer to get to the quarter mile flat out.
Whatever.
Time to gas up for the backwards-facing fuel efficiency test. In the forwards-facing test, the retro racer used an average of 0.87 pounds of fuel over 3 runs on a 1-mile track at 50 mph. Now they're at it again, filling her up and weighing the tank.
There we go. 29.32 pounds.
Running the mile.
Go.
That is the most uncomfortable car ever.
Then weighing the tank to see how much fuel was used.
28.6 pounds.
But after 3 runs over the same distance at the same speed, the results are puzzling.
Okay.
The difference between forwards and backwards is much larger than in the other tests, and that's got Jamie concerned.
Our runs with the body on reverse are showing an increase in fuel consumption of 44%. That's an awful lot, and it makes me suspicious.
Suspicious that the data may not be correct,
no idea what that means.
Jamie and Adam are stumped. They're going to need a plan B. Back with the driving duo. And this reverse rally is gearing up for a grand finale.
I've got two problems with this story right now. One is our data. I don't feel like it's definitive, and I don't feel like it answers the question yet.
And the second?
The second is I can't shake the feeling that I want to see a race-off between our backwards-facing car and a forwards-facing car racing each other at the same time.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad you're on the same page. Let's do it.
So roll on up for one last run.
So this is what we've come up with. Two cars, identical make and model. One of them as the manufacturer intended, the other one with its body on in reverse. We're going to see which one's more aerodynamically efficient.
So how are we going to make this race a fair fight when these two cars' engines might be tuned differently? Here's how. Starting from this starting line, when we hear the go signal, Jamie and I will both put our foot to the floor, pedal to the metal, and bang it out of here as fast as we can to this green flag. By the time Jamie and I get here, we want to be going neck and about 100 miles an hour. At that point in time, Mike will give us the signal and we will throw both cars into neutral at the exact same second and drift the next quarter mile solely under the power of our own momentum, the only force acting against that momentum being the air around us. The first car then across this very finish line is by definition the more aerodynamically efficient of the two. That's how we'll get our answer.
So the two matching cars, which weigh exactly the same, are going to run nice and steady at 100 miles per hour. Then at the green flag, they'll put the cars into neutral and let them drift on through to the finish.
Aerodynamics is all about wind resistance. And the thing to note about this test is that wind resistance increases exponentially the faster a car goes. So with that in mind, we're only looking at what these cars are doing at 100 miles an hour or slightly under, where wind resistance dominates everything else that's going on.
In the red car, the Baron of Backwards, Adam Savage.
Hot in here.
And racing nose first in silver, Jamie High Speed Hyneman. With guest gearhead, Mike Allen, the man in command.
I'm in position and ready to go. How do I think this is going to work? Well, we've done everything we can to level the playing field with these cars. It's all about wind resistance.
Reverse engineering, drift off. Gentlemen, start your engine. 3, 2, 1, go!
40, 60. The guys are now toe-to-toe at 100 miles per hour. Green flag approaching.
And drift.
Gear sticks in neutral. The pictures tell the story. Front first was first.
That is a result.
That was.
Awesome! This is shocking front page science news. Apparently, the car designers knew what they were doing to begin with.
Yep, and that means the myth is busted.
Totally busted.
And with that said, it's time to ride off into the sunset. Okay, Adam, let's try that again.